Hello everyone and welcome in a new tutorial. So it has been quite a while since I've uploaded a video on my channel. So I thought doing a quick tip tutorial. So let's start. So today's tutorial is actually a quick tip. We will see how to enhance your final renders inside of Blender without the necessity of going to a software outside of Blender like Photoshop or any other photo manipulation software. So I will show you some examples of models that I have done that are ready. So I'll start with this shoe that I have modeled previously. So everything is set. I have my model here and I have the lighting is set. When I go to the render, you can see that the colors of the renders are not really suitable and are not really realistic. And there is a property inside of Blender which is called color management. This property actually in the previous versions of Blender was an add-on, and later on, as I know, it was integrated inside of Blender eventually. So when we go to the render properties and we scroll down to color management, we have a couple of or various options here. So here in the look, we have medium contrast. So this is the key property that we have to play with. So we have many types of contrast and it's by default in the medium contrast. So when we switch it, for example, to medium high contrast, we see that there is something changing here with the colors. So we have darker colors and lighter colors in the different parts of the model comparing to the medium contrast, as you can see here. You can go with very high contrast, and I don't really use it. I don't use it too much, this option of very high contrast, but as you can see here, it's changing the look of our model. I will stick with high contrast. So yeah, that's what you can do with the color management look. You can also play with this exposure and gamma settings, but you have to be careful with that. As you can see here, the look of or the appearance of the render is changing. So you can set it as you want. So I will show you another example of a model that I have done also. I have this model of a hair dryer, as you can see that I've done also. So I will leave a link in the description of the models of these models if you want to buy them. They are on my CG Trader page. So here, if we switch to the render mode, here it's high contrast. The color management look is high contrast. When we switch to the medium contrast, we can see the difference here. The difference is so obvious. So medium contrast, when we switch to high contrast, you can see the difference here. So the colors are getting more realistic comparing to the first look. If you go with very high contrast, you can see that it's getting better. So it's up to you to play with these. We'll see the final model. I have this VR headset model that I've modeled previously. So we switch to render mode. Here I'm setting it to high contrast. It's by default medium contrast here in the color management look. As you can see here, it's looking good because the model itself has two colors, which are mainly black and white. So we switch to high contrast. You can see the difference. Very high contrast. You can see the difference too. So you can also play with exposure and gamma. It gives a lot more control over the properties here, as I've said previously. So you have to be careful with these. So that's it guys for this tutorial. I hope that you've learned something. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one, inshallah.